just plain out communication. And there should never, he says, there is never a time that something should be more important than us communicating. There should never be a time that you're not willing to stop and communicate with me. I mean, just to have an attitude of prayer. An attitude, you don't have to, and this is what's so great about our Lord, is you don't even have to be here to pray. You don't have to be in any certain spot. He gives us a wide open zone. Says, go anywhere you want to go, and I'm still listening. Not only am I still listening, but I'm still answering. That's our Lord. That's our Christ. And He says to live together with me. Realize that communication is important enough that you take some time to do it. That you keep that on your heart all the time. But you never want to get to a spot where you've got away from talking to the Lord. Anybody here? Am I Bible said? Communication with Jesus. What in the world could be so important that we come between men? What is so important that we can't put it aside and stop and talk to the Lord? I'm asking. He's asking. Let's put it to test. Bring it out. What in your life is so important we can't put it aside in order to spend some time communicating with Jesus? Is it your job? Is it the grass? Is it the yard? Is it the clothes? There's nothing more important than Christ. There's nothing more important than what He has done for us. Where would we be? Where would we be if it wasn't for Jesus? Where would it be if He didn't want to live together with us? He says to rejoice evermore. Be happy that we're saved. Pray without ceasing. In everything, give thanks. Verse 19 says, quench not the spirit. I don't know if you know it or not, but Jesus has got a way He likes to live. And He don't like party poopers. You know? Are you with me today? I put this up. We'll come back tonight. We'll try it again. I'm serious. Jesus has a certain way He wants us to live. He says that He doesn't want anybody pooping on the party. What He has brought to us, what He has given us, the graciousness of Jesus Christ, and then we come in with a bad attitude. Or we come and decide we're going to spend some time not being thankful. Or we're going to spend some time not believing. Or not having faith. All these things quench the Spirit of God. I preached last week about the pep rally. We talked about the Spirit. How important it was in the schools. The Spirit is that important in our lives. Our Christian walk with Christ. And He tells us whatever we do, don't get so busy that we quench the Spirit. That we don't realize that the Spirit is there. That we don't that we don't give it knowledge. That we don't give it attention. That we get so busy and so piled on that we don't even see the gift of the Spirit. And He goes again in verse 20, He says, despise not the Word. When we get to a place with no faith, when we get to a place of no understanding, we get to a place when we don't want to know no more. When we've got to the place that this place. And Christ says we can't live together with Him in these ways. It's so important that we spend time rejoicing, praying, giving thanks to keep us from quenching and despising. I'm so glad today that the Lord wants to live with me.
Amen.
To walk with me. To guide me. To teach me. To save me.
Amen.
That I've made a decision to live with Him. The Bible is our guide of the walk with Christ. I say today that I love my church. But I can tell you today that you can't love your church until you can love Christ.
Amen.
Without understanding that you need to love Christ and what that love is, I can tell you today that this group of people is just a group of people. It's just a bunch of people at 3300 Pine Level Church Road, J. Florida 32565. But when you understand and love Christ, you'll love your church. You'll love the people that love Jesus.
Amen.
You'll love people that are glad you love Jesus. To walk with Christ is to love Christ.
Amen.
Every head bowed. Give God's